Jim, I think it is. Listen, I brought my own music. This place really is like, there's nobody here. It's just you and me. And I have one favor. Last night, I didn't ask you for anything, you know? And I have some change, a little bit of change, and I have a...
Oh, but last night you even walked the tab. You remember that?
I know I walked it, but I didn't have this dress on. You know, I had another dress. And I have my own music.
I understand that, but we're closed already. I can't, you know, I can't stop working. I mean, I need to keep cleaning up so I can get home.
Oh my God, I put something in here I shouldn't put. But I mean, I spilled things and everything, but you're nice to me.
Yeah, now I'm going to have to wipe down my bar again.
I know, but you're nice to me. And I thought I'd just sing you something that I designed here. And it's called, You Don't Know Enough Wrong or Right.
So I'm supposed to give you a free drink for this?
I wouldn't mind it because you're a nice guy.
I know, but I've already Z'd out my register and everything. I can't do that. I've already locked up all my booze for tonight.
I know, but do you like this dress or not?
Yeah, it's a wonderful dress, but you know, it's been a long day. I worked the double today, and you know, it's time to move on. You know, it's calling it a night. I think you should do the same, Karen.
But you know, it's a...
People are home. They're already asleep. You know, that's where I want to be.
I don't know how I'm going to get there without you, man. You know, without a little help from you.
I can call you a cab. You know, we'll take you home.
Really?
Yeah. Great guys.
And what's his name? What's his name? Who's going to help me?
Tom will help you out. Tom will help you out.
Really?
Tom, help this lady out to the front door and see that she gets on the cab safely, Tom.
Where is Tom?
Here he comes now.
Where?
He's not real talkative, but he's very efficient.
You're the only one that talks to me, Jim. Right?
Well, there's other people. I saw you talking to these other people. You guys seem to have a pretty nice, engaging conversation going on.
You're the one I gave a tip to and I talked to. T&T, tip and talking.
Yeah, well, you know, you already T'd already. That's fine.
I did T&T. Okay, where's Tom? Because that's another T, right?
Yeah, there's three T's now.
Tip, talking, and Tom. Where's Tom?
And you were drinking all those Long Island teas. But anyway, it's been a long night. Okay. We all need to call
I love you.
Okay, I love you too.
I care for you. God bless you.
Okay, you have a good night.
God bless you. I love you.
Bye-bye.
I love you. Okay. Bonsoir, les femmes et les hommes. Good afternoon, women and men. My name is Lamar Breton, and I am from France. I am here tonight to talk to you about three things. Number one, myself. Number two, my background. And number three, my new book, La Même Chose. Number one, myself. I was born in southern France in a small village. And my mother was not a typical Mont housewife. My father wasn't a Marxist. And in this house of mine, there was toujours entertainment, toujours cuisine, toujours discussion politique, toujours conversation religieuse, toujours music. And it was very difficult for me to leave. But when I was 29 years old, I went to Paris, to the Sorbonne, to the l'Université, to study philosophy with your friend and my friend Sartre. I minored in music with Pierre Boulez, and this combination, I think you say in English, of philosophy and music produced poetry. I wrote much poems at this time, and the students were filled with the sensation, with the satisfaction, with revolution, and we went underground. And I wrote a poem called La Poésie et la Révolution, and my whole life was filled with political commitment into the Marxian analysis of poetry. And I would like now to talk about number 2, my background. I continued writing poems, and my English is not, as you say, perfect, and I hope you'll be with me in this same way. I continued this writing of these poems, and I would get up in the morning, I would wash my body, I would have some espresso, and then I would go to cafe. I would sit down, I would have conversation with friends, I would watch the people who passed by. I would read newspapers from other countries, sometimes America, sometimes South America, and I would say, what is political commitment there? And I would find it in newspaper. I would tear this out from this newspaper and put this down on my own papier, and then look at menu and find words like pâté, or menu for the repetition. I would put parts of conversation from friends, and all these things I would put together to make a beautiful poem. I would like now to go to number 3 and read from my new book, La Même Chose, a poem that I wrote in 1962 on my birthday, and this poem is called France. And I dedicate this poem to my friends in France, whom I miss so very much. Oh France, leaving you, your lips turned out. Oh France, without a doubt, you remain unnamed. Oh France, clinging, climbing, clawing, covering myself around and about. Oh France, kiss me France, with your wines. Oh France, my life. Oh France, our bounds. Oh France, my life. My life, oh France. So, I hope you have liked this poem, and I have a whole collection of poems like this in my new book, La Même Chose. And these poems are from my childhood in southern France, from my experience as a French woman, from my time in South America and my time in the circus and my many relationships and my friendship with Jacques Cousteau. And I hope that you buy my book. I am selling it at the Unicorn Bookstore here in La Jolla, I think it is, in San Diego. And if you're not able to come there, please come to my country, come to France. And if I see you in cafe or on the street, I will autograph your book, Le Man Breton. If I see you in southern France, I will autograph your book there. And I hope this very short time that we have spent together has been as much enjoyment as it has been for me and for you. And I hope that you have a life that's filled with each and every one of you, filled with toujours l'amour, c'est la vie, and bonne chance. Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
Hi, Nina and Liz. Nina and Liz. I want to thank you for inviting me to the symposium, Art and the Apocalypse. I'm attending by video, and just wanted to let you know what I've been doing these days. I'm in Texas here at the University of Texas in Austin, and things are going pretty well. Postmenopausal, working on different things. Trying to get some books out, working a lot on death and music and stuff. You know, same stuff. Death, music. Menopause, stuff like that. And I was really looking forward to laying in those hot springs there. But you know how it is. I couldn't make it with the schedule here, and my alcohol problem. There's a lot to deal with. So, anyway, I'm here. I'm here. In case you want to give a ring or anything. And I'd really love to be with you. In the, you know, hot springs. But I don't know, I just can't get a hold of, you know, stuff. I mean, I'm really angry about what's happening out there. And I have a lot to be angry about myself. I have a lot to be angry about, and I'm just beginning to feel it, you know? I mean, not to be the victim or anything, but there's a lot out there now. You know, the end of the year 2000 and stuff. It's just a lot. There's a lot to put up with. And I mean, I'm coping pretty well. I mean, I'm coping with it, but man, I mean, I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of it myself. But I love you all. I love you all, though. I really love you. And I mean, I love you, and you know, anytime you want to get together, you know, any place and talk about anything, and you know. Over a drink or something, just let me know. And I mean, hey,
anybody that look more similar? Are you twins? Separated at birth?
Yeah,
Closer
really.
than that, actually. She's who I used to be.
It's more like you are one.
I'm cured.
It's all one. Somehow I got that.
Gonna have a hard day for the next
Wow.
10 years. I'm walking in the name of the Lord. I got a double-edged sword. You wanna see it? People think I'm bluffing, they think I got nothing at all. Go ahead and call. You wanna see it? I'm carrying something stronger than the atom bomb, and it's just a calm before the storm. It's a royal road, a piece of Kundalini, masterpiece of calm. Only the calm of the Lord. It's within. I need to go to do what I need to do to make it true, to make it through. The reason for emptiness is something that is all around.
How do you feel?
I'm
Yeah.
doing okay.
Doing okay. It's great that you could come down, you know,
Thanks.
whatever.
It's good to be here.
Well, I see we're ready to start.
Good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Al Rossi for station KJAZ. Back again with another listener's choice. With us tonight is Kay Pryor, a favorite blues singer. One can think of Miss Pryor in many ways. More than a blues singer, she's been a believer in life, a friend to many, an ex-drug addict, a white woman in a black world. Given her wide range of activities, it is not surprising at all to find Miss Kay Pryor out of retirement with a new life ahead of her. Kay has formulated her own special feelings towards music, and she is here tonight to demonstrate that for us. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Miss Pryor's past, I'd like to point out that she is partially blind, having just gone through a third eye operation, the success of which is still undetermined. I could go on and on about Miss Pryor, but we're privileged to have this fine artist here with us tonight, so let's bring on Miss Pryor. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Al.
So good to have you here tonight.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
As you heard, Kay, I was giving a brief rundown on your life. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, as you know, Al, I'm a woman of few words, and I'd like to do what I do best, which is sing. And I'd like to sing a cut from my new album called No Blues on Sunday. And the song I'd like to sing is called Can't Help Loving That Love of Mine.
Great, Kay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Kay Pryor singing Can't Help Loving That Love of Mine from her new album, No Blues on Sunday. Take it away, Kay.
Okay.
Here's your mic.
Okay. Thank you.
And
but home without them ain't no home for me. No, I can't help. Love of mine. No, I can't help loving that love of mine.
Beautiful, Kay. That was great.
Thanks, Al.
That was really great. So nice having you tonight. I want to wish you a lot of luck with your new album, which I understand is coming out in January.
That's right, in
I also
January.
understand that you are going to be appearing in clubs around La Jolla.
Uh-huh.
Correct? And, well, I hope I've covered everything, ladies and gentlemen. And is there anything that you'd like to add to what's said? Or
I think I've
your
said it
song
all.
really did it, right. Now, I mentioned that you were appearing in clubs around La Jolla, and now I hear the playing of our theme song, and with it, another program has come to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to tune in again next week for a show with another guest on Listener's Choice. And this is Al Rossi for station KJAZ saying good night for Miss Pryor and KJAZ. Good night. It was good. It was good.
Good. It was real nice.
I think it worked.
Okay.
And you should be off on a real swinging career.
There was a little technical difficulty,
Yes,
but
but
you know,
we
you
ride
have
through
you
those
have
things, yeah.
a few of those
Yeah.
now and then.
If we bump it one more time, I think we've got it.
Hi, you all. I write country western music, and I've written country western music for people like Linda Ronstadt, for Buffa St. Marie, for Dinah Shore, for Tammy Wynette, for Dolly Parton. And I'd like now to sing a song that I wrote for Linda Ronstadt, 5 or 6 years ago. And it's called, I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. Today I passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and she looks so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. That's just a part of that song. Now you may be wondering how I write that music. First off, I get myself real relaxed. I might listen to the wind in the trees, or I might make a telephone call to my hard-driving man, or I might pick me up the Holy Bible, open it up to any page, and just read out of it. I put my finger down, and that's where I read. They shall put forth their hand against Edom and Moab, and the Ammonites shall obey them. You will say in that day, I will give thanks to thee, O Lord, for though thou wast angry with me, thy anger turnest away, and thou didst comfort me. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and will not be afraid. For the Lord God is my strength and my song, and he has become my salvation. With joy you will draw water from the wells of salvation, and you will say in that day, give thanks to the Lord and call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the nations, proclaim that his name is exalted. Just something like that. And then I'll look around in my motel room. I'll look at a Coca-Cola bottle or the mirror, and then I'll think thoughts. I'll think about the past, I'll think about the present, I'll think about the future, I'll think about myself, I'll think about my friends. And I put this all down in a song. And I'd like now to sing a little bit of a song that I might make up in my motel room. And with me here today, I have a brush and I have me a mirror. And I might sing something like this. Oh, my heart is looking up into the tree as I brush on me. I'm thinking of my nice horse grazed down on the farm. That's just a tidbit of a song that I might make up in my motel room. And I'm wondering if you want more information on the information I've been giving you. And if you do, I'd like you to write to me, write to Linda Lee, care of Post Office Box 529. And the state's kind of hard to remember. I never know because I move around so much. But you can send that to Gainesville, Florida. And that's where my folks live, and they're storing some of my stuff. And the zip there is 52024. And I'll send you an 8x10 glossy black and white photograph of myself and my pamphlet on how to write your own country western music. And in this time of national disaster, national energy drain, national crisis, when men are going to the moon, men are going to the Mars, men are going all over, it's time for us to get back to our own country western music. So you send to me in a stamped, self-addressed envelope with $2 to $5, send to Linda Lee, care of Post Office Box 529, care of Gainesville, Florida, 52024. And I wish you loads of success, loads of pleasure, and loads of fun in writing your own country western music. And I wish you the best of luck. Bye, you all. Bye, you all.
was coming. Yeah, I know. But he needs braces, hon. He needs braces. He needs braces, and you said the payment was coming. Right. Okay. Now, I want it here by next Tuesday. Right. No, I want it here by next Tuesday, Dawn. Yeah, okay. No, I'm doing really fine. No, I've been seeing a counselor and everything. I'm doing very fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing really fine. I told you I was seeing a counselor. It is possible that we will get back together, Don. Okay? I have a cold. I can't talk. No. What? What? God. I'm doing fine. I am seeing a counselor, Don. I'm really doing fine. Goodbye. Yes, you can come over and see Daniel on Friday. Yes. Bye. I'll see you. That's it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hillary Rodham Clinton, and I come to you tonight on digital, cross-circuit, internet, satellite, VCR, disc, from my kitchen in Chacapacua, New York. New York, New York, my kind of town. In New York, I have been listening. And you might ask, where have I been listening? And what exactly have I been listening to? Karen, if you could be so kind as to hand me a map of New York, I would like to communicate exactly where I have been listening. Thank you. I have been listening in Buffalo. I have been listening in Lockport. I have been listening in Medina. I have been eating in Albion. I have been listening in Rochester. I have been listening in Irondequoit. I have been listening in Newark. I have been listening in Geneva. I have been listening in Canandaigua. I have been listening in Geneseo. I have been listening in Batavia. I have been listening in Hawk Glen. I have been listening in North Lava. I have been listening in Sardinia. I have been listening in Fredonia. I've been listening in Jamestown. I have been eating in Hornell. I have been listening in Corning. I have been listening in Elmira, and the list goes on. I have been listening in Watertown. I have been listening in Syracuse. I have been listening in Auburn. I have been listening in Seneca Falls. I have been listening in Waterloo. I have been listening in Utica. I have been listening in Texas Valley. I have been listening in Ithaca. I have been listening in Binghamton. I've been listening in Elmira. I have been listening in Oneonta. I have been listening in Schenectady. I have been listening in Saratoga Springs. I've been listening in Glen Falls. I have been listening in Cloverdale. I've been listening in Chesterton. I've been listening in Lake Pleasant. I have been listening in Old Forge. I've been listening in Caroga Lake.
I've been listening in Schenectady. I've been listening in Albany. I've been listening in Troy. I've been listening in Hudson. I've been listening in Kingston. I've been listening in Kingston. I've been listening in Port Ewan. I've been listening in Eddyville. I've been listening in Bloomington. I've been eating in New Paltz. I've been listening in Poughkeepsie. I've been listening in Walden. I've been listening in Newburgh. I've been listening in Middletown. I've been listening in Monroe. I've been listening in Harriman. I've been listening in Middletown. I've been listening in Monticello. I've been listening in Highmont. I've been listening in Roscoe. Oh, before I go on, I would like to call to the stage a dear friend of mine who will talk with me about what she has learned. And would you join me in giving a round of applause to one of the loveliest First Ladies, one of my favorite First Ladies, Ms. Barbara Bush is here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Ms. Barbara Bush. Barbara.
Good evening. Martha Wilson couldn't be here tonight for Avant-Garde Rama. So even though Jen is getting married today, I agreed to perform on her behalf. I am Barbara Bush, ex-First Lady of the United States, wife and confidant of George Herbert Walker Bush, 41st President of the United States, mother and confidant of Jeb Bush, ex-governor of the great state of Florida, mother and confidant of George W. Bush, 43rd President of the United States. If power is the ultimate aphrodisiac, I guess you might say I'm the sexiest woman in the free world. Okay, I'll admit that when George Jr. was growing up, I thought he was a lemon. and that Jeb Bush would grow up to become the political superstar. George flubbed a congressional election, coming off to the voters as a rich kid. He failed in the oil business, although we handed it to him on the silver platter. And he drank and snorted the equivalent of a small African nation's GNP up his nose. Finally, he hit rock bottom. I have another son. We kept him under wraps for a good while after the savings and loan crisis of the 80s. But now he has a successful new venture that has captured the interest of school districts in Florida, Nevada, and in Texas,
Barbara,
where
you
in
are
2006
right about that.
I donated
You're
8
absolutely
machines
right
to the children
about that.
evacuated after
And I've been
Hurricane
thinking
Katrina.
the same
They're
exact
called
thing.
Cows.
And when
Curriculum on wheels.
Senator
And at
of New York.
$3,800
I'm
a pop,
listening to you,
they're
Barbara.
much cheaper than teachers, which typically cost
When I
$38,000
become
a pop.
senator, I will implement this
Recently,
in my
Neil sold
program.
$250,000 worth of cows to the Houston School District, which used hurricane relief funding to pay for them. But I do have to admit that it might be possible that the apocalypse is coming. There was first the plague of AIDS, then the floods in New Orleans, and recently wildfires in California. In conclusion, you could grow up to be President of the United States, even if you are a lemon. All it takes is money, family, and political connections. So vote Republican. Republicans can be vino in the open. Democrats have to cover it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, that was brilliant. And let's end now humming along to this beautiful tune that we've been listening to, and we could all hum together. To be happening again.
So it seems we've met before, and we laughed before, and loved
before. Those way, Barbara, kiss me, away. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing us to come into your homes.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Robert Gross. I'm head of the Pathological Institute of New York and Director of Pathological Medicine at New York's Mount Sinai Hospital. This is a new program. It is entitled Medicine East and West. It's a new series. Last week, as you remember, we discussed Western medicine, and we had some very distinguished doctors discussing the medical practices in the West, the surgical procedures, the psychoanalytical practices, and the astronomical costs of Western medicine. This afternoon, however, we're going to get onto a completely different approach. And I have on my program, we have with us today, a very interesting person, Dr. Jane Gooding. Now, Dr. Gooding, for those of you who don't know, is head of the Neurological Society of London. She has been one of the pioneers in bringing and integrating Eastern medical practices into Western medicine. She is responsible for bringing acupuncture to much of England, where it is widely used today. And I'd like to mention that Dr. Gooding has had a very rich personal history, and it's very exciting. But rather than try to give you too much background, I think this is best done by Dr. Gooding herself. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Gooding. Dr. Gooding.
Thank you, Rob, for that wonderful introduction. And I'd like to talk about my introduction into medicine. I was always very interested in helping people. And about 5 years ago, I received my degree in neurosurgery. And also a few years ago, I had an obstruction in the pee-pee. And at that time, I had a vision or a dream. And in this vision was a cure. And this made me extremely interested in shamanism. And in this interest, I traveled to South America, where I studied shamanism with the Huichol Indian shamanists. And in this study...
Excuse me, Dr. Gooding. Some of our viewers may not know exactly what shamanism is.
I see. It's a ability to go into the underground, which I did.
Underground?
Yes. And in this study in South America, I was initiated into shamanism, and I received this wonderful cap, which I'd like to show you now, in my initiation ceremony. And I'd also like to demonstrate some of the techniques that I learned
By
there
all means, yes.
in South America. The first is called nasal neti. And you take this cathedra, and you place it in your nasal cavity, and push it down into the throat passage. So you go very, very slowly through the nasal cavity, down and down and down, and go slowly down and down. You have to relax the nasal cavity to do this.
I see this.
And you come out the throat area. So that's, I'm not even going to bother with the other side. You have a picture of this, I think. But I would.
And do you find this? What exactly does this do for you?
Well, it clears out the nasal passage. You notice how this is extremely much more open than the other side.
I see.
I would also like to demonstrate acupuncture, which I learned in South America, and it's an ancient technique used in China and other places. And what you do is you take this needle and you place it any place on the body that you feel needs releasing. And now I'll put it at the tip of the...
Isn't this, however, related to specific nerve endings and specific places on the body that...
Yes, that's correct.
And I take it you've made a study of... Well, of course.
And the other will be at the juncture between the two eyes. And
what exactly does this do for you? I mean, I understand it's used in specific procedures where anesthesia is needed, or does it help? How does it help
What I've done is actually I've opened up the nasal cavity with nasal neti, and I've activated the yin-yang energy with the acupuncture. And Dr. Gross, I'm going around college campuses demonstrating acupuncture, talking about dietherapy, vitamin therapy, acupressure, nasal neti, all kinds of things that our college students need to heal themselves. And I would like now to play a chant that I learned in South America that will open up the rest of the energy in the body. So if you'd like to sing along with me.
This is Dr. Robert Gross. We've had another program in our series, Medicine East and West. Dr. Jane Gooding has been our guest today. I want to thank you all for listening. Next week, we are going to have a very interesting guest. It will be a surprise, but also a very interesting one. Thank you for joining in with us this week, and good afternoon.
But I don't know how to deal with it. I mean, hey Lance, how's it going?
What are you talking about?
You haven't been around for a while, man. All hell's been breaking loose here. Linda's drinking problem has just gotten out of control.
Yeah, I mean, are you serious? She shows up drunk or what? Basically, I mean, she
She can't do critique. She doesn't. She's not here when we're trying to do performances. She's not. She can't interact.
It's kind of
with us
crazy.
anymore.
I mean, like, for someone who claims she's so spiritual, I mean, she's taking part of our spirit with her addiction. I mean, she has us delve into our problems, but she can't even address her own.
I don't have any idea.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Joe. Joe, would you get the room set up for Tai Chi? We're gonna start immediately, okay?
Okay.
What are we doing tonight?
Tai Chi. Get the room set up, okay?
Tonight on Dance in San Diego, we have Nadia Grozlovna, a choreographer from Russia. Miss Grozlovna has some new techniques which she developed in Russia. They are exciting and unusual for all of us here in the United States. Nadia has spent many years studying ballet with all of the great masters of the USSR. She is compared to Nijinsky in the emotionalism of her work, to Martha Graham in the intensity of her work, and to Isadora Duncan in the freedom of her work. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the fact that the airlines has temporarily misplaced the group's luggage, Nadia, with a few members of her troupe, will informally demonstrate a basic warm-up exercise, then a short section from one of her new works. Let's give a warm welcome to Nadia and her group from Russia.
До свидания, June. I hope you like our dance.
I care about everything. I care about everybody and everything, and they know it and I know it. And I mean, I've been at this a long time now, and I care. I'm one of the original people that cares, and I mean, I care about the women's movement and feminism. I mean, this dress I wouldn't wear if it weren't for the women's movement. They gave me freedom to dress the way I want at 59. I care so much that nobody's going to stop me from caring. Not one person is going to stop me from caring about anything. I mean, this music is beautiful. It's like little birds flying in the air and reminding me of Vivaldi. It sounds a lot like Vivaldi to me. Yeah, but I really care, and I mean, I would love to, you know, made it to the reunion, but I mean, I'm so involved, and I mean, so I've overcommitted in things that I just wanted to say that I just want to be a happy person, and I am basically really happy, and I just want to say that, I mean, here's the picture that I remember this, I remember that, and these two people, and the dark room, and there's Stevie here, I remember, and I want to say though, Ron Alexander and Tom Beard and Mindy Beattie, Alan Bistry and Stanley Bowman, Alan Brooks and Steve Collins and Linda Connor and Judy Dater and Janet Fries and Philip Gagliani and Ingeborg Gertz and Jim Goldberg and Christine Snyder and Bill Good, Debbie Goyle and David Howard and Wanda Hammerback and Max Helwig and Lucy Hilmer and Tim Hobart and Catherine Kowaleski and Marshall Lieberman, Minette Lehman and Barbara Lemick and Michael Lesser and Julia Loving, Dolores Metzner, Linda Montano, David Myers and Mario Ordonzi and Mitchell Payne and John Pearson, Gypsy Ray and Matthew Rolston and Alan Solomon and Gail Sokoff and Elena Sheehan. And I want to say to Sarah Stats and Larry Sultan and Jane Wattenberg Chase and Sarah Windwer that, you know, I want to say that classical music and a really good attitude are what get us through, and I know you're all there, and you know, wishing I could be there with you, and I want to wish Minette a really wonderful 65th birthday, and I want to let you all know that I'm doing fine. You know, I'm doing really good. if you're ever in my area and you want to meet for a drink or something, you know, let me know. And we could meet for, you know, a chat and a drink. And, but, you know, Tempest Fuji in it, and I'm doing really, really well. And I just want you to know that I love everyone, and I really do. I love you all, so have a great time, and you know, smell the roses. Smell the roses.
Sancta Maria, ora pro nobis. Sancta Dei Genitrix, ora pro nobis. Sancta Virgo Virginum, ora pro nobis. Mater Christi, ora pro nobis. Mater Divinae Gratiae, ora pro nobis. Mater Purissima, ora pro nobis.
750 years ago, St. Francis of Assisi made this prayer for himself and the people he taught to love God. Lord, make me a channel of thy peace, that where there is hatred, I may bring love. That where there is wrong, I may bring the spirit of forgiveness. That where there is discord, I may bring harmony. That where there is error, I may bring truth. That where there is doubt, I may bring faith. That where there is despair, I may bring hope. That where there are shadows, I may bring light. That where there is sadness, I may bring joy. Lord, grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, to understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. For it is by forgetting self that one finds, and it is by forgiving that one is forgiven, and it is by dying that one awakens to eternal life. Amen.